Everybody stop what you're doing, please!
When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is no better show on your radio. This is Around the House with Eric G.
Where's the hammer?
From your back fence to the sidewalk, Eric will tell you how to keep it all in tip-top shape while helping you save a buck while doing it. If you like DIY projects, it takes a lot of practice to get good at it, and Eric is here to guide the way.
Is it on the... Go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering.
All that and more on the fastest 2 hours of home improvement radio.
These are the wrong plans. These are the old plans. Oh!
Welcome to
Stop it!
Around the House with Eric G.
Welcome to Around the House with Eric G. This is our Pro Insider. This is where we talk about everything for the construction industry. Residential construction, everything you're doing out there. Thanks for joining us today. Well, I wanted to touch base on kind of my predictions for 2021 and what you can do in the construction industry to be aware of this. Now, these are predictions. This is not gospel, but this is from my point of view where I see things are going. And this is not a political show, and we're not going to make it one, so don't worry about that. But I still see changes in 2021 in our political environment that will change how our building industry might operate for certain parts of the trades. So let's talk about this for a minute. Now, looking at it, 2021, it's had a rough start. It's the 7th day of 2021, and most of us are going, holy crap, what's going on? I get it. But here's what I think as a prediction that I think we're going to be going to. So first off, it looks like as best as everybody's given a shot, literally given a shot, I don't think we're going to be all fully out of lockdown till probably June, July, maybe August. And that sucks, and I'm sorry. So how do we deal with that? Because we've got, they're out there giving shots as fast as they can make them and as fast as they can give them. And there's people that won't take them. There's people that are looking forward to it. Not going to get into that debate here in a home improvement construction show. But that's where we're at on that. And that's the next step of this whole thing, and it's going to take some time. So I see masks, PPE, all that stuff going here into at least June. And that's just going to be the way it is. Now, with the change of administrations happening, I see a few things changing. Like I see probably gas prices going back up where they were 5 years ago. And when gas prices being up, I'm talking oil prices. So that means we will probably see in 2021 a couple, 2 or 3, price increases in tar-based building materials, like roofing. Some of those things, some of the membranes that have tar in them. I would not be shocked to see that. I think the energy stuff that got dialed back, like the dishwashers, they actually gave us more water to use in a brand new dishwasher here last few months. The relaxation of the energy standards for plumbing fixtures, I think that is going to reverse itself nationally. So I think we will see more of that. I honestly think it'll be the death of the top-load washing machine because that uses so much more water than others, than a front load. But really, I see, as far as business is going, my prediction for 2021, and this is where I think in the residential construction industry, we need to be careful because we still have a long road ahead, and we've had a really good last year for most people. My advertisers that I've been working with on the radio, they're all up. They're trying to hire people. They weathered the storm in home improvement and construction really, really well. Maybe they're rare, but most people stayed busy throughout this. Now, where I see things going forward in the residential side, I think you're going to see people moving around a little bit more, trying to come up with space inside their homes. Even though the kids might be going back to school, I still think that we're going to see more of this where people are going to be permanently working from home. So I think that is a business model that people in the remodeling world should be focusing on, making sure that you can, help with that demand. And really, I see trends changing as well. I think that modern farmhouse look is left the building. I think that trend is now behind us. I think we're going different directions. The grays, the world of grays in a home without color, that's a couple years behind us now. I think that's the way that's going. Smart homes and smart devices in the home are a huge thing. I think there's a huge business opportunity out there for people to jump into servicing smart home systems out there. There's a lot that can be done with that. Because really, you've only got Best Buy and a few other local people in areas that are doing that kind of stuff. I think there's a huge market share there that could be grabbed for doing that kind of stuff. And I think there's a huge growth potential there. But really, my advice to people in the construction industry this year is to keep advertising, because that's what got you through 2021 for all the people that I work with. 2020, 2021, I would keep going with that. A lot of people, it's kind of like NASCAR, and I talked about this, in March of last year, if you go back and listen to some of my stuff of 2020, of don't lift your foot off the marketing and branding stuff, because people are still looking to get projects done. We're still going to have material shortages. I think we'll still have some serious ones coming into the spring of the projects that people were holding off of, because there are so many things that happened last year, right? But towards the end of the summertime, people were like, man, I'm going to hold off on that deck till next year because lumber prices are through the roof, and more importantly, I can't find the materials I'm looking for. So I think as we get into better weather, I think that's going to come back and rear its ugly head again, just because demand's going to boost back up again. And then I think as we get through summer, that might get better. And to be honest, that's not a tariff thing. Canada is having just as many lumber building material supply issues as we are, so that's not an issue there. And I think really what you need to be doing is make sure that you've got a nice little nest egg in the bank. Make sure you're marketing yourselves. Make sure you keep the best employees you could have and keep them happy. But build up those savings a little bit, with the political unrest here in the country, the pandemic. Make sure you can weather 2021, because there's a lot of questions moving forward that nobody has the answers to. And this could all be chill in another month, or it could get worse. We just don't know. I don't want to see businesses going out because they didn't plan ahead. So make sure you've got your T's crossed, your I's dotted. Make sure you've got a nice little nest egg put away. It's not the year to go out and buy that brand new boat, that vacation house. I'd keep that in the bank, keep it close by just in case you need to dip into that. And then just keep working on getting good employees. That's going to be, in the next 5 years in the construction world, in design world, that is going to be the hardest resource to find. So if you see somebody else laying off, get after some of those employees. Right now, I would be hiring the good ones you can get. It's maybe a good time, the first part of the year here, to upgrade your team. If you've got some weak ones, train them. Or if they're not trainable, find someone who is. And see what you can do to your business to make it better. Because it looks like 2021 is off to a rough start. But we do have a pretty good light at the end of the tunnel. And maybe we can all power through this without getting too scathed. But really, if we can just focus on, making things a little bit better and planning ahead for any bumpy road that we have this year, I think we'll be all better off. All right, everybody, coming up this weekend on Around the House with Eric G., we're going to be talking to a couple different experts. We've got Carolyn Bozowski, a new one here with America's Healthy Home Expert. We'll be chatting there, and we're going to have a great time with Caroline. She is a good friend of mine. We're going to be talking about the things around your house to keep it healthy. Some of those things you're going to be shocked that are making your house unhealthy. And then hour 2, we had a scheduling conflict. So we ended up, part of it was my fault. I'll own that. But that scheduling conflict, we brought in, I brought back actually, Mike Ciampo, Lieutenant, Fire Department New York. And there are some things in this conversation that you really should pay attention to if you're a builder, because there are some things that you're doing that is completely engineered to building code that's killing firefighters. And something as easy as a couple screws could fix it. So let's talk about that in the second hour of Around the House with Eric G this weekend. Don't miss that show. 1 and 2 for builders. This is going to be for building and remodeling. Hour 1 and hour 2 are things that you don't want to miss, because I have some hidden stuff in there that might shock you. Like there's an insulation brand out there that if they made it wrong and they've been making it wrong, you can put some smell in that house and you've got a problem. Tear it down. All that and more this weekend on Around the House with Eric G. I'm Eric G. Thanks for listening, guys, to Around the House. See you this weekend.
Around the House with Eric G is produced by, designed by Eric G, in association with Salem Media, and distributed nationally by the Sun Broadcast Group. All rights reserved. Copyright 2020, designed by Eric G. We will be back next week. If you missed part of the show, check out the podcast of all of our shows at AroundTheHouseOnline.com. Remember, measure with a micrometer, mark with caulk, and cut with an axe. Thanks for listening to Around the House.